Hello, beautiful people. My name is Nyla, your host for the Art of Living show. Our guest today is Kenyan-born, a businessman and a self-taught artist. He is passionate about architecture, interior design, sports, painting, and he also runs a podcast about sports. I wonder how it sounds like. He is none other than Jazani Minari. He invites us to their spectacular property, Zereniti house, to have a look around and to have a conversation. Question: what are you doing this Valentine's? Come with me. I'm gonna show you this incredible hidden gem that is 1 hour away from Nairobi. You will love it and it will blow your mind away. Come with me. Let's discover, explore, and engage. Hey, Jazani.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Nice place.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you guys are here. This is an amazing experience for me as well, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So talk to me about this. It's so huge.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. I just enjoyed the beautiful lawns, the trees, the flowers, just everything.
Okay, cool. Well, let's start here.
Uh-huh.
This used to be my grandfather's car. My mother actually went to school in this car. And even now, once in a while, when I can, I take this car out on a ride on a Sunday.
It works.
It works.
Do you take it to Kunku's Delegance?
No, I haven't taken it there yet because I'm still working on a project. I'm trying to make sure that it's perfect.
Oh,
It's immaculate.
I see.
Yeah, but this is a beautiful piece of work right here. This is heritage. This is our family. This is it. My mom went to school in this car. I drive this car. My grandfather owned this car. So this is us as a family.
So this is your vintage project.
Kind of, sort of, yes. Actually, I like that. I'm going to use that. I'm going to say, yeah, this is my vintage project. Right now, 100%.
It's taking your time.
Yes.
Other than the
No,
gorgeous
this one is, it's a labor of love.
labor of love.
This is a labor of love. This is like my new mistress.
Oh, well.
And we're getting to know each other as we move. Yes.
Well.
Yes,
You were
yes.
going to talk about that
Okay.
a bit later.
Okay.
But meanwhile, as I stand here, I'm looking at this quaint, beautiful piece of art right in front of me.
Yeah. So the original house was a farmhouse which had 4 bedrooms, but now it has an additional 8 more rooms, and there's also an apartment which is where we do some art residencies. So certain people like Modoni, the drama queen, has been here. Part of Sauti Soul has done a residency as well. So this place is all inclusive. It's not just about just come to stay and enjoy the space. It's more about also coming here to work.
Oh, wow.
And create beautiful things. So half of the songs that you may have heard on the radio were created.
One of the songs,
right
one
here.
of the songs, maybe we can sing. You can sing something.
No,
you
no,
look
no,
like
no,
an artist.
no. I don't have the rights to sing the song.
No, come on.
No.
So how many rooms?
So total, we have 7 rooms in total. So what we did was we converted one of the rooms into a 2-room apartment, basically. And then we've added that section there. So in total, there's 7 rooms in the main house, and then the apartment, which adds another 2 rooms. So 9 rooms in totality.
9 rooms in totality.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
How many people can it accommodate?
Basically, if obviously the 9 rooms is 9 individuals,
Yes.
but they can double up as to 18, and you can even add more futons to make them, let's call it 20, 21 people.
Ah,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
Small and tight.
That's the whole point, let's keep it just very intimate, keep your family together, keep your squad together, and then you can grow together.
I love that sound of that. So are you going to take us in to see how it looks like?
Come. You're most welcome.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Jazani?
Yes.
Now, this is a family property, right?
Indeed.
How did you guys discover this hidden gem?
Okay, actually, there's a very interesting story about this. So, a family friend is the one who told my mother about this space. And back then, this is way before cell phones and whatnot, the phone call was made and really, and my mom had to catch a flight literally that afternoon. So she picks up the phone, it's a family friend, and he's like, yo, there's a space that you need to check out before you catch this flight. So she's like, but I'm leaving today. He's like, no, just go check it out before you leave. And I promise I'll get you to the airport, and if I have to hold a plane, I'll make sure that you hold a plane. She came and saw it, and when she saw the space, immediately she fell in love with it. And then, as they say, the rest is history, because soon after that, all the paperwork that needed to be done was done, and we literally within a couple of months, here we are.
Wow. Do you know how much you bought it for at the time?
No, I can't tell you that.
Oh, well. And how long have you guys been here?
Since 92. 1992. So some people who are watching this show were not even born yet.
Agreed. Question.
Yeah.
Was your idea to have it as a hidden gem then, or a home, or what was the idea behind acquiring the land?
So initially, she bought it as an asset because there are a lot of farms around us. So a lot of the farms that are owned by different farmers around here have lived in this property. And then eventually came to a point where we decided that we wanted to make it into a spot that was special. And it has morphed into very many ideas. But essentially, this is now what we see today, which is Zereniti. Because we took our time to figure it out. We tried different things, but here we are today. And I can't say the journey was easy, but it was worth its while. Mm-hmm.
This place has lots of trees,
Yeah.
beautiful lawns,
Yeah.
beautiful flowers.
Yeah.
A lot of work has gone into this place,
Yeah.
other than this quaint piece of art.
Yeah.
Tell me the process of making this place this special.
Well, it actually has been a long journey in the sense that my mother has an amazing passion for landscaping, and she's the one who actually initiated a lot of the planting that you're seeing right now. Mm-hmm. So a lot of these gardens did not exist as they are. Mm-hmm. Some of them are the original plants, but some of them are shrubs that we brought in and what have you. Like these palms were here, and what have you. But even like the bamboos behind us, in front of us, were something we planted. Even like the whole driveway was something we refurbished, because before it was just like basically just soil, as it were. Mm-hmm. So we did a lot of work intentionally because we wanted to invite people to enjoy the space. Mm-hmm. Because we felt that for us to truly express this space for what it's worth, we had to make it as appealing as possible. But we also wanted to make it like an enchanted garden kind of thing. Not super immaculate, but well done in terms of the gardens itself. And so a lot of the credit for the landscaping goes towards my mother, because she's actually the genius behind that.
So what does your mother do? Because you just said she is passionate about landscaping. Yeah. But what is the passion from? Where is the passion from?
I think
what kind of person is she?
She just has a natural green thumb. Like, she just loves the soil, and she just loves vegetation. She loves flowers, she loves trees. I've learned a lot more about trees just because of spending time with her. I used to be that person who used to get very irritated about all these different like nurseries by the side of the road. Everywhere we used to go, stop. Jazani, I want to go see that flat. I'm like, Ma, we're trying to go to wherever. Why are we stopping here? And then she's like, no, that one is a special frangipani, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I have a different interest, because now I can see the fruits of her labor and enjoying that space. And so for me, like every plant here now has a very different relationship. It's kind of like farmers and like cattlemen who know each cow and each sheep, and how they know they have their different names and whatnot. I almost have that same relationship with the plants here.
What's your role? What role have you played to make this beautiful piece of art?
I would say most of it is inside, which is what I'm going to show you.
Okay.
But for the most part, it's just walking the journey as a family. We've created this together, and we're just here together.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what role do you play right now in this business?
Wow. What role do I not play?
Aha, that's the question. That's a big question.
So do we go in?
Yes, yes.
Let's go in.
Jazani? Wow.
Thank you.
Wonderful. I love every single thing in this house.
Okay.
This space. It's cozy, it's warm. I love the art pieces. Talk to me about this space.
Okay. So this is the original lounge, which was part of the family home that was a farmhouse. Now, the fun fact, which you will see later in the cutaways, that's to you, the producer, I'm telling you right now, I'm putting this on camera. Yeah. These floorboards were replaced almost 15 years ago. The original ones are literally outside there in the patio. So that wood has been there for over 50 years. So this is now 15-year-old wood. I want to start off with, when you talk about art of pieces of art here, that piece right there is from a Malawian artist called Chiromo. That was one of the last pieces he ever did. And when you get closer to it, you can actually see
Who is he? Who is he?
So Chiromo was a Malawian artist who was...
Milan?
No, Malawian.
Malawian.
Malawian is an African artist. And this was actually one of the last pieces he ever did in '94, before he passed. And it's a very 3D piece, so as long as you can see from here, all that material there is actually dynamically in the piece. So it's actually textile, it's actually 3D, but also when you look at it, with that man in the shadow,
painted.
Hand painted.
Wow.
That's it. So part of the whole theme about this room and the whole house in totality was to try and make it feel very welcoming. So everything is very, I don't use the word monotone, but it's very calming. It's very peaceful because we wanted people to come here and also get away from the noise that they're used to. So everything was very deliberately calm, quiet in terms of design, but at the same time it has elements of dynamism to it so that it feels very...
Classic.
Classic is a good word. Also very homely, very country, very...
Elegant too.
Elegant, and also just a place that you would feel at home where if your mom was here and you came to also have a good time with your friends, it's the same energy.
Great.
It's very calming.
And how old is this house?
This house, okay, we don't have a clear definition of it, but I know it was pre-independence, so that means it's most likely colonial time. So we estimate around the 1950s there, just before independence.
So it's about 65.
Yeah. Well, you did that math real fast, so I was gonna feel like that.
You were talking to me about the exciting pieces, especially the art pieces, and we're talking about that specific space. Could you just take me through all the art pieces?
Wow, where do I begin? Behind you, that globe is actually a nice little bar. You can open it, it's a bar.
Oh, it's a bar?
Open it. I'll show you how to open it. Like that.
Oh.
It's a bar.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
There you go.
Clearly, I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Some of these things
Don't worry about it.
can be a bit difficult to figure out, but there you go, guys.
Yeah.
There's that recorder there. Those antique pieces, you must briefly tell us about them.
Okay, so this record player in particular was my grandfather's. And so back in the day, there used to be what they call 13-inch records, which is one of them over there. So yeah, so this is where people back in the day used to pick up the phone. So you used to sit on that cushion, the phone would be right here, and you'd have all your little messages saved in here. So when you came back to the house, you basically had them over here, then you'd know, okay, so-and-so called at this time, so you have to call them back at this time. So remember back in the day when you used to go visit a family friend and then you bounce at the gate?
Yes.
You know, now every day everybody has WhatsApp. You can go, I'm at the gate, I'm coming. Sijui what? Back in the day, we didn't have that option.
There was a plan.
You had to make a plan and you commit to that time.
Yeah.
And if they're not there,
too bad.
May hata, may bounce.
Hey, so, this painting.
This painting.
Yes.
What's a painting?
Guys, you should just have a look at this. My goodness. It's a masterpiece.
It really
and like
is.
you just said, It really is.
It's a one of a kind. Like this guy this was one of the last pieces he ever did. An amazing Malawian artist.
Okay.
So basically, going back to this wall, so as you can see, the fireplace is recessed outside.
Yes.
So when we first bought this property, the wall came up to here. Like this was a wall unit. Then when we were doing the floorboards again, we realized that there's a space, there's a void.
Yes.
And then when we took it down, we discovered this wall. So all this stone here is actually from Naivasha, the quarries. And what they did was they didn't have time to cut it, so they just put it as blocks, which is why it's not very clean cut.
Yes.
But these are the blocks. So what we've done to avoid the crumbling is we've varnished it and then we've put like a laminate so the crumbles don't fall down.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it. It is so stunning.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Who's that lady looking at us there?
So this is a piece done by a good friend of mine called Sebawali. And I did a whole art piece with her. We did a whole exhibition together. And this was a gift she gave me. It's one of her original pieces.
Yes.
So this one is also very special to me. What she does now is a million miles better than this, but this one I keep here just to remind myself of humble beginnings.
Now, you're also an artist.
Yes.
How is your journey like? Do you have any of the pieces here?
I have some of the pieces. I'll show you some of the pieces.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a series of different tiles based on doors from Tunisia.
Nice.
So it's kind of like, you know how everybody talks about the Lamu doors, the Zanzibari doors and whatnot?
Yes.
Even in Tunisia, they have their own version of it, which is, I guess, a beautiful like conundrum or basically juxtaposition of the Arab world and how they love their doors. So this is a piece my mom got when she went to Tunisia, and she's introduced me to a whole world of experiences, not just by visual, but taking me on different trips the whole time.
And that,
This is one of mine.
yeah?
This is one of my own pieces. This is actually one of the first pieces I ever painted.
Oh, that's so gorgeous.
I like to do abstract because, okay, true story, I'm very lazy when it comes to finding detail, but I do like to use art to express myself. So I paint a lot of times using both my hands and brushes.
Okay.
So like some of this, like this, I did with my hands, and a lot of this was done with a paintbrush.
Wow.
And then what my friend Seba, who you saw in the living room earlier, she has taught me how to layer pieces to give them more depth
I see.
and give it a chance to grow. And this piece, everybody sees something different. Also how you hang it, you see different things. And that's the beauty for me with abstract painting, because there's some pieces which are special, like the Mona Lisa, what have you.
Yes.
Which are very clearly defined what they are.
Yeah.
I personally prefer more abstract paintings because you can change it based on the mood. Like maybe for like 6 months you want to have it hanging this way, or you want to change it, look the upside, what you think is upside down, but it could be the right way up for you. And that is the beauty for me with abstract art. And that's what I do, and that's what I love to do. And man, this is this is love.
This is a labor of love,
This
like
is
you're
love.
saying.
This is
Okay.
love, yes.
Okay. What are your mood like when you're painting this?
For me, it's never based on a particular mood. Mostly it's based on like the music I'm listening to.
Music.
So I have to have music playing around me, and then it's a very random playlist.
Yeah.
And then it's just so I can go from listening to jazz to classical to hip hop to reggae to whatever. And each one of those songs brings something different. So like maybe this was me being in a jazz mood, like a dark space, and then this is like maybe like a fiery experience of rock and whatever. So it's like everything is just, there's a nuance to it. Alright, so this is one of our favorite rooms. This is called Zereniti room, based on the house itself.
Serenity.
Yes.
This is the mainest,
This is the mainest
honeymoon.
room. This was actually the original master bedroom for the house.
Ooh.
The first thing I want you to pay attention to is the floor. This is actually made out of cork. So back in the day, when in the 50s, because people couldn't afford to have carpets everywhere and to keep the houses warm, especially because we're in Limuru,
Yes.
they had to have these.
Oh.
So this is a more absorbent and softer feel when you wake up in the morning, as opposed to wood itself. So this is actually packed cork.
Wow.
So all your wine bottles eventually were here at some point. This over
This
here.
is very quaint.
Sorry, this over here is actually my grandmother's dresser.
Ah.
So this is actually an authentic piece from the family as well.
Where are your grandparents from? What did they do?
My grandparents were teachers.
Okay, in those days, in the 40s or 30s.
Yeah, and
Okay.
my mother will explain that better to you because she was there when they were there. But this is one
they
of
were
our pieces.
classy and they had good taste.
I mean, they did have good taste. So like this, they were teachers, and this is my grandmother's dresser.
Okay.
And when she passed, this is one of the pieces that she had
Handed-
left to us, and then I was just like, yeah, let's put in the room so that we always respect her. We painted the walls red just to keep some vibrancy in the space.
And some love.
And some love.
Hey, guys. Hey, bringing it back. It's
Yes.
a honeymoon suite.
Yes.
And it's also a place where most people, when they get married,
Yes.
they come and stay for the night.
100%. This is actually one of the most special rooms in that sense. We have a pebble lamp over there, which is one of my favorite pieces.
Jazani.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we're here, because this is one of most favorite places and a hidden gems
Yeah.
for people who want to get married, right? And I see why they come here and why it's a hidden gem. It's no longer one, because now our viewers have discovered it. So this is a honeymoon suite. You have 7 rooms.
Yeah.
What are the other rooms like? Paint a picture, because I mean, when people come here and have their wedding here, they can spend the nights here, and their bridal parties can have also accommodation in the spaces. Just take us through what their package looks like when you book to have your wedding here.
Perfect. Yeah, so in totality, we have 7 rooms, including this one. So you can book the house and have most of your family here in terms of your intimate family. So the gentleman can be here in terms of his groomsmen or whatnot. The future wife can be here with her bridesmaids. And also sometimes 1 or 2 mothers or aunties want to be around. This was a space for that because we have a 2-bedroom apartment that's completely separate from the main house. So there's plenty of space for the family to be here the day before and even the day after. So even if you want to have a prolonged evening party and what have you, you're most welcome to do it here as well, because there's plenty of space for your intimate family, the people you really want to celebrate with. And that for me it makes it that much more special because it's a special day. You know, this is one in a lifetime opportunity in terms of like when you get married, this is it, essentially.
So you have, what you're saying is you can have the bridal party here. They can stay here because the other rooms can accommodate them. So I want to know, what are the other rooms like? The other rooms, yes. You know, other than this, because guys have seen this and they've experienced this. I want to know, so for example, what are the other rooms like?
Well, every room has its own character.
Yes.
They're all very unique, they're all very special, they have a life of their own.
Yes.
So even if you come here again let's say you got married here, but you want to come back and celebrate an anniversary, and you're put in a different room, that experience is completely different. And not to say it's less than or more than, it's just different.
Okay.
And that is the whole point, because certain rooms have different balconies, different facing parts of the garden and what have you, because the whole idea is that I never want you to come back here and have the same experience over and over. Let this be like your winter wonderland. Let it be your special space where you come here over and over again, where you have different experiences each time you come here based on these rooms.
Okay, so other than just coming here for weddings, lovers can come and spend the night here. If you're married, you can come and work here and recharge here as well, revitalize yourself. Each room has different character, like you're saying, and it's unique in its own way,
Yeah.
and you're behind the look and feel of that space too.
Yeah, every
Okay.
room was very much curated to make it a different experience. Because even when I come here, as much as I do have a favorite room,
Yes.
which I will not tell you which it is.
Please say it.
No, I'm not going to say it because I want you to come and experience each room. And then maybe you can guess which one it is.
There's a reason why you said it's favorite. Why?
No, just come and experience it, then you'll understand why.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I see. So we're gonna go to the garden.
Let's go to the garden.
Oh, nice.